Good afternoon, beekeepers. We're going to go out here today and look at some splits and see how they did. It's been a month, so it's time to go. Let's get out there. All right. These hives have been about 5 weeks since we did the splits. And I fed them for about 2 weeks. Since there is a flow going on, I stopped feeding them. But I need to go in and see if they've got a queen. See if they're ready to go or if they're need another queen. I did inspect 2 of them last week and it wasn't good. The 2 that I inspected last week had no larvae, no eggs, no anything. So I'm hoping from the population on the landing board that these might be doing a little better. Okay, so I got my smoker now. Give them a little smoke. Get my tools out of the way. On top is my jar feeder. Which is an empty shell around the base that holds mason jars. And my screens on some of these were not small enough to keep bees from coming through. Which is not a real big deal, but if you're expecting to safely change the jar, you might get a surprise. All right, smoked them down so they know we're coming. And there are a lot of bees in this box. But let's see, we have bees from here over to here, which is the original nuke that I put in here. A couple of bees on the empty frame. Kind of looks like they stole all the wax off of it. Okay, got one of Michael's 21st Bees frames. And as you can see, they've done a good job of building it out. And there's no cells built yet. Or no laying. Alright, see what we got. We have a frame of honey and bee bread. Same on both sides. It's a little chillier today than it has been, so they're not extremely active. Okay, bee bread and honey. Bee bread and honey. Okay, I got a queen cup on the bottom. And I got a lot of empty cells. Queen cup is empty, by the way. What I'm not finding in yet is larvae or eggs. Just like the other two splits. Well, I've got some larvae, but they look like dried out dead larvae. And it's only like a half dozen of them in drone cells. Okay. So this one is also not good. There's a frame that they have filled with honey. Yeah, capping the honey. So it looks like, once again, I have another split that has not made a queen. Now, what they did do is they built a bunch of wonky comb. So we'll put that back. Let's see if they build it back out correctly. All right, so about 0 for 5 so far on my splits. I have had people say that it took just a little more than took 39 days to see laying, but it's 5 weeks. Not quite 39 days. I may have to find me some queens. All right, let's move stuff around and look at the next box. This one does have a good screen. And they built comb out all the way up to the screen. This one looks like it may be good. Some reason the bees are buzzing me. It is very overcast, and we just had a rainy day. A couple of stormy days, actually. They've made comb up in the top. And I'll move my camera here in a second so you can see the rest of it. All right. Box number 2 over here. All right. I have to move that. The smoke's going right in my eyes. All right. So some good brand new comb where they were building up into the feeder. In between boxes, and all this stuff just makes it really difficult to pull frames, and they built up between the frames, so you always want to cut it out best you can. Save the wax. It's good brand new fresh wax. So okay, that's enough of that. All right, I can see frames built out from here to here, just like the other box. Entirely untouched frame on the outside. Okay, over here we have a frame they filling with nectar on one side. They got it about half full. The other side's empty. So there's plenty of room for the hive to grow. If they got a queen. Another heavy frame. I'm pretty sure these girls got a queen. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay, honey frame. And they're putting some honey in the empty cells. Same on the other side. But the next frame is the one that we've been dying to see. Now remember, these have been out here for 5 weeks. Look at that. An entire sheet of capped brood. And the other side is an entire sheet of capped brood. Now what's between those cells? I'm not really sure. It looks like there was honey possibly. All right, let's just keep it going here. Well, this good news. What do you think of that? An entire sheet of capped brood. Now, on the bottom, that's just a couple of empty cups. But the entire sheet is covered with larvae, and including quite a bit that's still uncapped. And the other side of the frame is exactly the same. Loaded with capped brood, a few larvae. So they are doing good. That's four sides complete, capped brood. Almost complete. And there goes my queen. She's big. All right, I'm going to stop right there because she is very fat. She's very big. She's going to town. So let's put this one back together. I don't see my queens very often, but saw that one as she was running down in between the frames. Be careful here. When you know where the queen is, you definitely want to be careful pushing the frames together where you know she's at. As you don't want to squish her, especially seeing one that's laying that much. Get the frames real close together and just slowly push them. All right. This box has 4 frames of capped brood, which means in 2 to 3 weeks, smoke's blowing in my face again. 2 to 3 weeks, this one's going to blow up. Now, the question you may ask is, when do I add another box? It has 3 frames that are totally blank, nothing on them at all. Half of this one and some of that one. I'm going to wait before I put on another box. It's kind of marginal right now. If I had one more frame of bees, which I will in about 2 weeks, I'll probably have a lot more than that. Then I can stack another box on this one and it will be set to grow. But for now, I'm just going to put the cover back on it. I'm not going to feed them anymore. And maybe I'll give them another jar. They're going good. Let's give them a little more food. Because they're not going to make honey, so I can feed them all I want. Get them to produce some comb. But I'll have to make some food up and bring it back out because I don't have any made up. When I got 2 empty jars, I can pour it to them. All right, I got this box that has 3 supers and 2 deeps on it. It is very populous, and the supers were empty the last time I looked, at least the top 2, because I put them on here after extracting some honey, and I wanted them to clean up the frames and get ready for honey season, just in case they produced a bunch of honey this year. And right now what I'm hoping for, well, this is a big jumping spider. That's a big one. Okay, there are bees all the way in the top. Oops. Man, it's one of the things you get to enjoy when you're out working your bees. Seems like the smoke will follow you wherever you go. Okay, these are workers in the top because they immediately took off. But, you know, because of the overcast, they're not flying as much as they would normally be flying. All right, what I should see in here is basically empty boxes. All right, see, there's actually nectar. Okay, so let's go over to the other side. There's more bees over here. What I want to see is if they're doing it all the way across. It's got 10 frames in it, so I need to pull one anyway. If you have 9 frames in a 10 frame box, they build out the wax more, and it's easier to harvest with only when they build the wax out past the frame a little more. All right, that one's got nectar in it too, and it has 2 capped cells. All right, so this hive is going crazy. I need a frame that I can pull out, but I'm not sure I'm going to find one. I can pull one out that has nectar in it. Not that one. This frame is about half of it, more than half of it is full of honey, which is about ready to be capped. Same on the other side. Well, that box is maybe the first one I pulled out. It's the only one I can steal. Let me set my stick up here. I don't want to leave it with 10 frames, but kind of surprised they came up here and filled these that fast, but definitely shows that there's a, yeah, that one's probably got 1/3 of the cells on both sides, and some capped even. Not enough honey in that to start capping cells. This frame's about 1/4 capped. That one's heavy. Okay, so I can't pull anything out of this box. I really do want to go back to 9 frames. But they're all too heavy. I can leave that one out. Let me go get my tool. We'll space these out. And we'll take this frame of nectar and almost honey somewhere else. All right, so you just work this nice little tool back and forth, spread the frames out. Then I'll take this little frame that they've started and I will just shake the bees off of it. And for the moment, put it over there out of the way. That'll give these girls something to do. All right, I'm gonna take this top box off now. And see what's below it. All right. Every other frame in this box is brand new. And that's a way to get them to draw out some new comb. And there's nothing on that one. Yeah, that's kind of violent. All right. They're building the comb out. And a blank one. And they're fixing comb. And a blank one. So what they're doing is they're putting honey up in there. And they're skipping this box. They are working on the comb a little bit, but basically they're doing nothing on this box. Let me put that blank frame back in there. Okay. Now we have another super that every other frame was brand new. And there are bees, lots of bees everywhere in this box. You know, they don't like it when you make fast motions. And sometimes I forget that. All right, so we'll start down here where the most of the free space is. And that frame is heavy. Yeah, one side is completely packed with nectar. Next frame over is a brand new frame. They are pulling it out on one side. And this was a stripped frame they are building out. Brand new frame that I see that they're starting on. And a frame they're building out and putting honey in. So they've got too much room is what I'm seeing. So they'll partially build out a frame, fill it with honey, and move to another frame. Saw this last year. The middle of the frame would be built out, capped honey, and the two outside quarters would be empty. That's what happens when you put too much room on there. It spreads the bees out. See, there's a spot right there, they have honey, and then the outside edge has nothing on it. Big fat drone. This side is full of honey, and then right down here, there's nothing, not even wax. Big drone. There's a brand new drone. He's still almost white and fuzzy. So he probably can't even fly yet. All right, they're building out. They're doing good on this box, but the middle box, they don't need it. And they are building the top box. All right. So, before they get too carried away, I'm going to take this frame away to make it a 9-frame box. Actually, if there's one more, that's built out some, but no. Yeah, there you go. I can put that other frame that has nectar in it back in there. And then spread this out for a 9-frame box. Then continue to build it out Nice and fat. Okay, you get that down all the way, then you just use your tool to center them up, and you have a 9-frame box that's ready to go. I left 10 in that one, didn't I? Oh, that's the one that's almost empty. All right, now I get to take this box off. Because I need to see that everything is good. Yeah, lots of bees. What I'd like to see is I hate to say it, I'd like to see some queen cells that I can move over to that box that has no queen. Yeah, this full frame of capped honey. And because of this junk that they build on the side of the box, it scrapes the honey caps off. Yep, whole frame. But see, that's good. They're building up winter resources. Yeah, go away. Made some drones mad, but we don't care. I didn't kill them, I just made them mad. They're really, when you see one bee that's really loud, it's a drone. Yeah, that frame is full of honey. Green cup. Nothing in it but air. Drones. And another frame full of honey. This side's nectar because it's perfectly clear. There's your worker. All right, they're all staring at me, so. One of these days I'm gonna get me one of those, like GoPros or something I can wear on my hat. So when I look down in a frame, you can see what I see. Goodness gracious. That would be the third frame that is a solid honey. Well, there's bee bread. Probably can't see it across the bottom. It's dark. Looks dried. But they need that. It's usually right next to the brood nest. It's on both sides. So my bees are, when they build up on the indentations on the side, it's hard to put the frames back in. I was hoping to see some brood. Yeah, I see some brood on the next box over. Or the next frame over. Yeah. Looks like it's all drone brood, but get that one over because it's nothing but honey. No, I'm gonna look at the bottom of it because there's a lot of protruding stuff. Okay, oh, that's why. That is a medium frame in a deep box. They made drone cells. They build the wax on across the bottom and it's all drone cells. And they put honey in it too. But there are a lot of brand new drone larvae. Yeah, a lot of nectar. It's dripping out. Lots of brand new drones coming up there. All right, come on, girls. All right, the next frame over is one of Michael's from 21st Bee, his drone frames. Now, so far, out of all the ones I've got in the boxes, I've only seen one that they built out wonky comb. This one is a drone factory. Now on this side, there's about 10 drones that are hatching out right now. You can see right in here, there's a whole bunch of heads popping out. It's where drones are hatching out right now. They even capped some honey at the top of the frame. That's amazing. A lot of drones hatching out right now. A lot of bees in this box right now. All right, I think I see normal brood. Yep. we have normal brood. We have quite a bit there. We have backfilled with honey. There's almost no cells empty whatsoever on this frame. On that side. This side is mostly honey. Pretty much all honey. That frame is a good frame to move to that other hive. It looks like it has some very young larvae on it. I didn't get my smoker lit very correctly today, and it's causing me some issues. Ah, look at that. Another medium frame with drone across the bottom. But it's also got a lot of capped normal brood in the middle. Yeah, that's just a drone frame, but the next one over is almost a complete brood frame. So I'll take a look at it. Let me get my brush here. Sometimes you just got to brush them off because there's so many of them that have started climbing up the sidewalls. Okay, that is a sheet of brood. Capped brood. A couple of cups. Several cups. Well, if I could find the queen on one of these, that would be awesome. I'd stick her right over in that other box. I'd take this whole frame over there, actually. Definitely it'll have a lot of drone brood. May have just spotted her. She'll run back and forth between sides of the frame when you flip it over. And she'll run to the inboard. I haven't seen her. I love to see her. That one's honey. And brood. This one has a lot of very small larvae. But she could be hiding on the hot sidewall. Down in the other box. All right. I'm going to go with I'm actually going to put both of these frames in here. Take these new frames out. It's going to do two things. It's going to boost this hive. It's going to give them some more resources. And it's going to tremendously boost they built this frame out so big, I'm gonna have to move it over. Because I can spare the space on the drone frame, but not on the wall. Scoot that one over. Try not to kill all the bees. In fact, I think I'm gonna take, no, I'm gonna leave that drone frame in there. All right. Put this other frame of brood in there. Now then, I just boosted this box in a major way. I have slowed this one down a little bit because I took 2 frames of brood, but I don't think they're going to matter. I mean, I don't think that's going to hurt them. All right, this one has only honey, so I want to put it on the outside. See if I can do that without killing too many bees. Come on, get out of the way. Okay. Put this frame of honey on the outside over here. Okay. Wow, that's a lot. Get all the bees off my prop, except for the ones that are in my face. Get my balance here. All right, so I need to put those two boxes back on, two of those boxes back on here. Okay, which one did I not want to put back on there? That one's empty. And that one's full. All right. I'm going to actually put this one over here for the moment. All the bees will, all the foragers that are in this box will fly back over to there. The workers will just keep working. All right, so that just that just shows you once again that the bees don't read the books. They do it the way they want to, not the way we think they're going to do it. This one definitely has a queen. This one definitely has a queen. It's booming. Stole 2 frames of capped and small larvae to boost my queenless hive, and this side's ready to go. So we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make some comments. Let me hear you out there. See you next time.